So last week we did a diss track type beat for Drake inspired by push-ups, and this week we're gonna make a diss track type beat for Kendrick Lamar. I know that he already recorded his response to Drake called Euphoria, but I haven't heard to it, so this should probably be the beat he should have picked. So let's hop right into it. So yeah, this is the beat I'm going to break down for you guys so you can learn something and make this type of beats as well. So let's hop right into it. So this beat right here is pretty much just pick and choose and arrange it so that it fits the vibe. My main focus for this beat was that I wanted to make a really big intro and afterwards drop it with hard-hitting drums and a simple melody. So that's what I did. First, I found this melody right here into Splice. So this was the perfect melody to start with because this melody isn't finished, so I could add my own style and my own sauce to it. So after I took this melody, I checked in the root notes and I just went in and added a string to it. So this is what it sounds like. I tried to take all these notes right here and put them in the same place as my loop from Splice and try to figure out the notes and then just build around it. If you can't do that because your ears aren't trained yet, you can also double click the sample, right click and then add it in pitch corrector. This is already something that I showed before, but with that, new tone is gonna come up and you can pretty much see all the notes right here. And with that, you can pretty much know where to put your notes. Just want to make sure that this method isn't always right and sometimes the notes are misplaced, but you have to trust your ears for this one. But this is a really great tool to help you out with. Okay, so after we added the strings, I just want to add some sort of lead to it. So I went back into Splice and found this lead right here. And we can see that this lead is in C sharp minor and our sample is in G sharp minor. So let's just put both into the same key, so we pitch them down 5 semitones and we get this. But I don't really like this part of it. The lead doesn't fit quite well the vibe of the intro and the rhythm is kind of off for me. So what I did is I chopped everything up and rearranged it so that I like it. I also just duplicate the first part, reversed it right here and just added some fillers. So I really like this version right here, and now I just want to add a bass to it. And as I said before, I want to make the intro really complex, really full, and afterwards drop it with some hard-hitting drums and a simple melody. So for this I want to add some sort of bass guitar to it. So I went into my favorite bass guitar plugin. It's from Contact, it's this one, this is the preset, and this is the pattern that I came up with. And I don't know, but this already sounds really old school, some sort of soul R&B kind of vibes. So I want to emphasize this one with a vocal. So I went back into Splice and I found this vocal right here.
Celebrate this night with me, although it's not the last time.
So this is really soulful R&B type of vocal, but also it isn't in key. So let's pitch it down 6 this time, 6 semitones, and we got this.
last time.
Perfect. And now the loop was pretty much done, and I just want to add some accents, some fillers, something to make the loop more interesting. So first of all, I took this accent right here. It's from the mini stash. So shout out to Xavi for this sound right here. And it's some sort of guitar accent. And I thought that this fits really well in reverse. So I reversed the sound, put it into the playlist, and faded it in like this. But because the intro is really busy, I didn't want to make the second part of it the same way, so I left it out for this part. And to make your loops more interesting, just add some percussion loop to it. This makes the whole loop way more interesting and it's way more unique. So I took this percussion loop right here and added it also into the playlist. I just made sure that I EQ'd it so that the kick drum and the bass doesn't clash together. After adding some vinyl sounds to fuse them a bit together, we got this. In my opinion, this reverse guitar right here makes the whole part of the intro. So afterwards, I went back into Splice and now we got into drop. So my main focus was to pick a simple but hot and catchy melody to it. It's simple, yes. It's catchy, yes. And can we build something around with it? Yes. So I took it. So after taking the bell melody, I want to make the beat drop hard and dark. So the perfect thing to accomplish this is to add one note of a dark piano. Contact right here to the noir piano key set, and I just left it in the pure basic one and just added one note of a really deep, really low piano. That's it. But now there's something missing in it. I don't know what it is, so the pad should do his job. Pads are really good to fill up that space that you don't know how to fill anywhere else. So I took a pad right here. It's from Analog Lab, and this is the chord progression and the sound that I came up with. So now the loop sounds much fuller, but I want to add a second pad just to see if I can thicken everything up. And now I could add the drums to it, but something that is really good for making dark trap beats is to add a tubular bell. So I added one more bell to it with just the root note of the scale. So afterwards I just added the drums to it and the beat was done. So the BPM is pretty fast, 162, and I just added a simple hi-hat pattern and clap pattern. So the simple hi-hat pattern was just a two-step hi-hat and I added some sort of rolls here and there, and that's it. And the clap pattern is really simple, just a basic clap track pattern. Afterwards I added a bit more bounce with some sort of open hat and percussions. And finally the kick and 808. So I started off with the 808 and it's just a spins 808. I just placed it where I felt like this would fit the vibe of the sound, and this is what I came up with. And for the kick, I kept it simple. So yeah guys, was pretty much the entire beat. Arranged the whole thing so it fits the vibe, and I was done. So if you learned something in this video and you got some sort of value from it, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you want, so I can continue make this type of videos. Follow me on Instagram to stay up to date with my life, my beats, and my work. And let's see each other in the next one, guys. Bye.
Sticking to the code, all these hoes for the